Hey, what's up guys, welcome to yet another very excited video. If you are new to my channel, then my name is Suleiman. I'm making photo and video gear review as well as tutorial on this channel. If you're a return subscriber, then thank you so much for visiting my channel once again. If you didn't subscribe to my channel yet, I will appreciate your subscription, like the video and press the bell notification in order to be notified on my upcoming videos.
Call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah.
This is JVM WS2D motorized camera slider. This is an amazing slider, and by the way, thanks to guys on JVM for sending me this. However, they did not sponsor this video or didn't pay it or instruct it to me, so this will be my honest and unbiased review. That's why in this video you will find both pros and cons about this slider. This is JVM I think second or third generation slider. If you guys remember on my video, or if you have seen on YouTube, there was another slider. It was also JVM motorized camera slider, but that was their first generation. The slider was only one axis was motorized, like panning left and right, and the center column was not motorized. It was there was a rod in the middle, so you can adjust your angle, which was not very precise and not very good because of the tracking was not very accurate, especially if you are using a tighter lens. But this one, the good thing about this one is that it's a 2-axis motorized camera slider. It's electronically moving left and right, and also it can pan left and right, and it can track the subject. As soon as I opened the box, I was really surprised with the build quality. I was not expecting something like this because I had their first generation. I thought maybe it will be the same thing with a second axis like motorized pan head, but when I opened it was completely different, and I was surprised. The build quality, it's very strong, lightweight. These carbon fiber, they are much thicker now and very stronger. Everything is made of metal and only some plastic part, but this part is the controller is a some part is plasticky, but it's a premium plastic, nice matte finishing. It feels like a rubber texture, but the quality is very nice, and this remote control is much better than previous one. In previous one they had a remote control, it was a separate remote control, was connecting via USB cable, but now it's built in, and the legs are also changed. It has 4 very nice legs that you can even use the slider on uneven surfaces. You can adjust each leg independently, the angle, the height, everything of the leg. It has lots of mounting port. At the bottom you will find lots of 1/4 inch and 3/8 inch ports, and also on these two sides if you want to use it with a heavy setup and want to give it more stable and more support with those like supporting rods, or if you want to use this slider vertically, you also getting another port here. There are also 2 ports if you want to use it vertically, so lots of ports. You can use it in like different orientation. This slider is supporting 15 kg of camera weight, and it's also supporting 2.5 kg of weight and inclined only in 45 degrees. But there are also some tricks if you want to use a more weight or an incline. You will see in this video. I will show you guys some of the shots which I use it for inclined shot with a heavy setup. Yeah, it's possible, but if you don't want to use any tricks with this one, right out of the box, in this mode it's using, can support 15 kg of payload, inclined 45 degree, 2.5 kg, which I think is enough for almost most of the cameras. The changes are that this has anti-collision. It's not like the previous one. The previous one, when you were sliding and if it hit any of these sides, it was starting cracking. So, and on the previous version you have to set the ending point of the slider in the app or in the controller. But with this one you don't need to do anything, just put the battery, which obviously you will get two Sony NPF style battery. This is supporting Sony NPF style battery. Use two battery, one for the motor, a pan motor, one for the main unit. And the good thing about this slider is there's not any wire, there's nothing. This is completely wireless. As soon as you turn on the slider, if you can see now, it's when you turn on, it will go to the start position, and then you don't need to worry about for hitting the end of the slider. This is genius. This is perfect. It's making my work a lot easier as compared to the previous one. I have lots of slider in my studio. Most of them have this problem when I want to slide left and right. I have to be careful to not touch the end part, because it will start like cracking and it will create lots of problem. But this one, I'm not worried about anything. It's very lightweight, obviously. In the box you will get the slider with two Sony NPF style battery, a nice ball head. Right now I'm using, this is Edelkrone Z, they call it Z tilt head, something like that. I will write on the description of this video. If you're using a slider, I will recommend you guys to use one of these, but sometimes the ball head is also working perfect, especially if you're using your slider in different angles. Then it's better to use its own ball head. It's not very strong, very good, but still it's good to get it free with a package. In the box you will get lots of shutter release cable. They are claiming that they cover all the cameras, but that's not true, except this is Sony a7C. There was not any cable to support this camera for like time lapse, or I mean shutter release cable, because this camera has USB-C port. If you're using any camera which has only USB-C port, then you should buy a separate shutter release cable, and I think it will work perfectly. I'm not using time lapse. I never shoot any time lapse with this slider, and I'm not a time-lapse guy. Mostly I'm using it for video, for product commercial, b-roll, and also for my YouTube studio, and it's working perfect. I'm just connecting my camera to HDMI cable or to a wireless transmitter. Then I don't need those cables. This slider has anti-shake, and it's very stable, and believe me, it's very smooth and very quiet. This is the only slider which I can use for talking headshots, because this is really damn silent. See, this is the full speed. I'm barely hearing it. Most of the sliders which I'm using, they are creating lots of noise, especially in very high speed. This is right now running in full speed, and it's really silent. This slider has a different shooting mode. It's tracking shot. Like if you want to track an object, you want to set point A and point B, and controlling of this unit is so easy. If you want to set it from the controller, or even you can control it with app, but they are saying that it has a 3 controlling mode: on board controller, wireless, which is app, and manual. This is not good for manual use. Let me turn this off. If it's off, it's not very smooth if you want to use it manually as compared to other sliders. So I will not recommend to use this manually. But if it's on, you have 2 options: one to control it from this unit, and or to control it from the app. If you have a distance from your slider and you want to control it, you can control it either way. And they're very simple. You have to set your point A and point B. You can change your pan motor and bring the slider to one side and press A, and then you go all the way to another side and change your camera angle and press B, and you can start sliding it. You can change the motion speed. You can change the loop mode if you want to make the whole motion once, or in a loop continuously. So stay with me till end of this video, because in this video I don't like to talk too much about this slider. I want to show you guys some of the footage and behind the scene, how I'm using this slider, or how you can achieve different shots. So I will do some shooting and I will show you guys the test result and also behind the scene of the every shots and show you the result. So I think this way it will be easy for you to judge this slider and to consider it if it's worth spending money on this slider or not, or if this slider is for you. But there are also some cons about this slider. First, the pros are that this is a motorized camera slider. It's very buttery smooth. The interface or the controlling system is very easy. The app is amazing. It has a very nice and clean app. As soon as you turn on, the pan motor with the head will sync very quickly. See, right now I will take off the battery and it's already on. As soon as I put the battery, it will very quickly synchronize the panning motor, this motor. So it's amazing, and there is not any wire connected. So that's a good point. And you can also power this slider with 9-volt DC input, in case if you don't want to use any Sony InPIF style battery, or if you want to use it in studio or for a very long time-lapse shot. Actually I'm using these bigger Sony InPIF style batteries, and I don't remember that they draw to 0 in the middle of the shooting. So I think this will work for a long time. But still, in case if you want to use it with a 9-volt DC cable, of course you can use it. You can turn on the panning motor with 9-volt DC and also the main slider. So the pros are, there are lots of everything they offer you. It's a pro, and in this price range, acceptable price with such a motion control system. But the cons are like when you sliding this panning, the panning motor is not very good and accurate. I'm not recommending this for using any product B-roll, especially if you're using a macro shot or very close or tight shot. The footage is not pleasant. I don't know, the problem is with my unit. I complained this to GVM and we have been in a communication for a long time, but finally I thought to give it a try and make a video about this. So that's the only negative point of this slider. I hope if they fix it with a firmware update or any ways, I don't know. But I messaged them several times, but didn't get any proper feedback from GVM. That is the main problem with me, is that mostly when I'm using this for a product shot, very close up, like when I'm using 80mm lens or 50mm very close up, and sliding is perfect. It's so smooth like a butter, but when sliding and tracking the target, like from left to right and panning the camera, that's not good. That's the only problem with this slider. But let's see the footage which I shot with this slider and you make the judgment. hope you like the footage, and this footage make it easy for you to make the judgment and see if this is really worth spending money on this, or if it's working for you. If you guys have any questions regarding this slider, or about any of the shots which I made, please write on the comments below. I will try to answer all your questions. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like the video, and press the bell notification in order to be notified on my upcoming video. See you till next video.